Hi there, this is Joanne, and in this lesson we're looking at 8 key spelling strategies that are useful for ESL students and also native speakers. English spelling is puzzling for native speakers and challenging for ESL students too, especially if your language is written phonetically, that is, all the letters relate to a sound. You probably find English spelling crazy and irritating, but the good news is English spelling isn't all irregular and chaotic. It's just complex, and there are patterns, rules, regularities, and reasons why English spelling is the way it is. Yes, some words are tricky to spell, so good spellers use a combination of strategies to help spell and recall words. And I'm going to go over the 8 key spelling strategies that good spellers use. Strategy number 1 is see a word within a word. Look at the word believe. It's got a tricky spelling pattern with the IE or EI pattern. What is it, EI or IE? Now, to help us remember, can you see the word in believe? That means to not tell the truth. The word within believe is lie. And we use a sentence to help us remember this. Never believe a lie. Let's look at another word. Young. And the word young has the tricky OU pattern. Can you see a word in young? There's you in young. So we can use a sentence to remember the you. You are so young. Ooh, thank you. A key important strategy is to understand the word you're trying to remember. So use a dictionary, translate the word and write it in a notebook. Draw pictures, use photos and write sentences. Strategy number 2 is use sayings to help with tricky letters. Native speakers find necessary hard to remember, especially how many C's and S's there are. So use a saying to help. It's necessary to cut some services. So this helps us remember there's 1 C and 2 S's. We can also use another saying. It's necessary to have 1 collar and 2 sleeves. 1 C, 2 S's. Can you see the E's? Usually we remember the E's. Can you see the E's either side of the C? So seeing vowels in words, good. And then the ARI. If you want to have a memory trick for ARI, use a memory trick. But it's usually the single letters, the C and the S, that cause problems. Strategy 3 is noticing how words are built with root words, prefixes and suffixes. This is a very important strategy, especially if your language doesn't build words like this. Can you see this? We've got a root word and we add a prefix at the beginning of the root word and a suffix at the end. So we've got uncomfortable. So we've got the UN plus comfort, the root word, and able, suffix ending. Irregularly. IR plus regular plus LY. So we've got the double R there. That's why we've got the double R, because the IR prefix. Unhappily equals un plus happy. And using our knowledge of spelling rules, we change the Y to I when adding some suffixes plus LY. Strategy number 4 is know common spelling rules and exceptions. Knowing spelling rules is great to help you figure out why spelling is the way it is. For example, we add ES to words ending in X, CH, SH, S, Z to make plurals and third person verbs. Box, boxers, mess, messes, he teaches, she teaches. We have the Y to I rule when adding some suffixes. Happy, happiness, happily, crazy, crazily, craziness. We drop the E with ing rules, great. Writing, having, believing. Strategy number 5 is see letter patterns. Letter patterns are a reliable way to learn spellings. Look at these patterns, the ight, ight pattern, light, bright, tight, might, and the tch, match, hutch, butch, notch, catch, but watch. Watch, it's about the pattern, not the sounds. Play, plan, plastic, plenty, sprus, spring, sprung, spritz, sprat. Good spellers know letter patterns and use them to help recall spellings or guess the spelling. So make a letter pattern dictionary. Also, you can write sentences to help remember the patterns. Look at these ight patterns again. And we can try and use as many of the ight words in a sentence as you can. It's good to have a bright light at night, or your eyesight might not be right. My friend took a flight to New York and went sightseeing and was delighted to see the bright lights. Great. Number 6. So number 6 strategy is know word families that are linked by meaning and pattern. This is a very interesting strategy and can help spelling by helping you love words and taking an interest in them. So we've got ject from Latin meaning throw. So reject, throw away. Rejection, projection, to throw light on something. Projectile, dejection, objection, adjective, to throw light on nouns. Then we've got tear, from Latin terra for earth, land, ground. Look at how all these are related to the earth. Terrain, territory, subterranean, Mediterranean, extraterrestrial, and terrier, a dog that digs in the earth. And strategy number 7 is use syllable breakdown. We can break words down into little spoken chunks with a vowel sound to help spell long words, like Wednesday, Wednesday, and it helps you remember the silent D and E, Wednesday. We say Wednesday, but we spell it Wednesday. And uncomfortable, extravagant. Or break them into words. Uncomfortable, extravagant. Break them up into whatever way helps you, okay? And you can use colour too. Vowel sounds are very difficult for ESL students. Look at these vowel sounds here. Can you see the A, all the A's? Extravagant. And strategy 8 is know the history of words and spelling. Knowing why words are spelt the way they are helps you stop getting frustrated with spelling. For example, most silent letters used to be pronounced, but are left in the spelling because the pronunciation changed and the spelling remained fixed. This is the trouble with a lot of English spelling. Pronunciation is always changing and we're always dropping letters to make pronunciation and speaking easier, but not spelling. Spelling is left as it is. And that's why we have so many strange spellings and silent letters. Can you see the silent letters in these words? What are they? We've got a silent K in knee, knock, and they used to be pronounced kni, knock from the Viking Old Norse language. And we've got a silent W in answer or answer and sword. The silent letters all used to be pronounced. So we used to have kni, knock, and answer and sword, sword. But for ease of pronunciation, those letters were dropped. So most spelling shows the history of how words used to be said, used to be pronounced centuries ago. They are the ghosts of past pronunciations, but now they're there to show the history and origins of the words. If you're interested in learning more about ESL spelling strategies, then I have a great ESL Spelling Strategies course on curious.com. Well, thank you so much for watching this and for all your support. And I'll see you soon. Bye.
Created using Powtoon.